Hi, everyone, and thank you for listening in. Someone has invited you to this call because they think you have the makings to be an excellent business partner and asset to our company. As this call is anonymous, we hope we can satisfy your curiosity, answer questions, and educate you on the business that is a phenomenon that is sweeping our nation. Developed in Canada and soon to be in Australia. I am Stefany Gittleman, and with open minds, Melissa McCarthy and I look forward to briefing you on what we have found to be the best career move on the planet. We are going to articulate some driving forces as to how you can have a very busy life and incorporate Rodan and Fields into it. A little background on the company for you. Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields are the creators of Proactive Solutions, the acne treatment that defined the market and is now the #1 at-home acne system in the world. While they are still practicing dermatologists, they identified a host of other common conditions they saw in their patients: acne, acne scarring, sun damage, sensitive skin, and wrinkles, and noticed that there was a need and therefore a market for at-home treatments to help these other skin conditions. And this market was even bigger than just acne. While they created a multi-med approach in the United States and in Canada, we are entering Australia as a cosmetic brand. Our products take the right medicines and the right formulations in the right order to transform your skin, and we have the clinical trials to prove it. With the sun having harmful rays and everyone aging all the time, they knew they were sitting in a sweet spot. As the beauty industry sets the trend, Rodan and Fields is consistently poised to introduce products to meet the ever-changing demand of the beauty scene and market. That, combined with the fact that there is one dermatologist to every 33,000 people in the United States, the doctors knew they had to be in people's homes. People would be able to get a dermatological experience without going to the doctor. They launched in high-end retail stores in the United States and became a top-selling clinical brand in Nordstrom. They were poised to dominate the beauty industry with no paid advertising. Therefore, the doctors began researching ways that they could leverage their brand, our social economy, and the power of word of mouth, and found one of the most lucrative models today: network marketing. They were ready to bring dermatology to the masses. With breakthroughs in skincare science and anti-aging being the fastest growing segment for consumer purchases, we are no longer just your average skincare company. We are revolutionizing the beauty industry. Rodan and Fields is competing in a multi-billion-dollar growing category in North America and outpacing rival brands. As we continue to bring relevant and innovative products to market, we are thrilled about our recent U.S. edition of Lash Boost, a nightly eyelash conditioning serum that enhances the natural appearance of your lashes in just 4 weeks, with best results at 8, for lashes that are fuller looking, longer looking, and darker looking. We are also at the precipice of a one-of-a-kind moisture molecule launching in early 2017. And let's hone in on our global extension. Rodan and Fields is the fastest growing skincare company in the U.S. currently. We are thriving in the Canadian market, and we have began our Australia launch. With our geographical footprint expanding and our product pipeline continuing to evolve and propel us into new categories, the potential for success continues to elevate. The name brand recognition, the credibility of the doctors, the clinically proven consumable products, and the timing and positioning of this company allows people like you and I to own a piece of this micro franchise and capitalize on the success of this company. Not only do we have life-changing regimens and results, but my business partner and I would love to share our stories about this life-changing opportunity. We want to show you exactly how normal people like her and I are fitting this into our crazy lives and building substantial businesses.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa McCarthy, and I'm sure that my story is one that many people can relate to. See, I thought that I was on that right path. I went to a good college, I landed a great job before I graduated, and weeks after moving out of my college apartment, I started that career working for one of the largest media companies in Manhattan. And over the next 10 years, I climbed that corporate ladder and created a great career for myself. I was happy. But then life happened, the unexpected. The economy crashed, my company was forced to lay off nearly half my sales team, bonuses were cut, and it fell into my lap to pick up all of the extra workload for those who were let go without any sort of compensation or even a glimpse of gratitude, and it became a really stressful work environment. And right in the middle of all that, my husband and I started our family and welcomed our son, and everything really changed. I went back to work full time, became a working mother, and for me, I quickly became unhappy with my situation. When I was at work, I wanted to be at home. When I was at home, I was stressed about work and I wanted more, but I just felt so trapped. My husband and I were not in the financial position where my six-figure corporate salary didn't matter, and I was looking for an alternative. And that's exactly what Success with Rodan and Fields has offered us. When I learned about this opportunity, I cannot say that it was the obvious fit for me, but I asked myself those two simple words. What if? What if this could be the answer to work-life balance? Contrary to how my corporate job was, if I worked harder, I wanted to be compensated more. I wanted more time, more ownership of my work. I wanted to design what work looked like and who I worked with, who I wanted to spend my days interacting with. I wanted more purpose, and I wanted to help people who appreciated my efforts, and I ultimately wanted to do this around my number one priority, my family. And through this journey with Rodan and Fields, which is now approaching 6 years, I've achieved all of those things and so much more. I decided that I was going to take control of our situation, push my fears aside, and give this opportunity a shot, and so it began. I started building my business alongside my full-time job and a super active 1-year-old, pretty much on my commute in and out of Manhattan, after I put my son to bed at night, and in any spare time that I could carve out of my day, which honestly was not a lot. But from day one, I understood that this was going to be a 3 to 5 year plan, like any legitimate business. And now that I'm on the other side of 5 years, I can tell you that life looks very different for us. By the end of my first full year, I was able to replace enough of my corporate salary and leave my corporate job, be home with my son. I was disciplined with my time and worked very hard that year, but coming home was my ultimate goal, and I reached it in my very first year of business. What I quickly learned that year was that the potential was far larger than I had imagined, and if I continued to do exactly what I was doing, I could set bigger goals for myself, and so that's what I did. By the end of year 2, I earned an all-expense-paid trip to Napa and met the doctors for the first time. I completely surpassed my six-figure corporate income and earned a free Lexus. By the end of year 3, earned a trip to Maui. My husband and I were able to build our dream home and welcomed baby number 2, a daughter, which was an amazing and completely different experience because with her, I didn't have that ticking clock hanging over my head, counting down those precious moments until my maternity leave would end because I didn't have one anymore. I was now in control of when I worked and what that looked like. And shortly after that, I promoted to the highest title the company offers, which included a bucket list trip to Thailand, a family vacation to St. Bart's, and an incredible trip to Australia, which combined business and pleasure because this is our next step towards our global expansion strategy. And as all of this was happening, another curveball came. My sweet husband, who's always been my biggest fan, supported my business every step of the way. His company went through restructuring. And while he did not lose his job, he was forced to help execute the layoff of a large portion of his team and close down his 100-year-old company's East Coast and West Coast manufacturing plants. And at the end of the process, we were going to be relocated to his company's headquarters, which was very far from our family, from our friends, and this dream home that we had just moved into. And because of the business we had created with Rodan and Fields, we had the option to decline the offer. And my husband was soon able to join me full-time in business. And we now work together, raising our 2 children side by side every single day. But the best part for me is that not only has my family's life been drastically changed, I'm able to offer this opportunity to others. And now people close to me who I know and love are also achieving these big life-changing goals, replacing salaries, earning free cars, retiring from corporate America, generously giving back to their communities and favorite charities, which is another incredible dynamic of this opportunity. The philanthropic passion that RNF possesses. We've recently raised $1 million for the Build On Foundation at our national convention. which was a huge milestone for us in impacting inner city children and helping fund education. And now, my story may have started as one you could relate to, but where it differs is that I made a decision that completely changed the trajectory of my life. I saw an opportunity, and rather than overthink all of those what ifs, I seized it. I worked very hard, and I followed the systems that are in place. I did not get lucky, and I'm not the only one. I'm just a girl who wanted more and was willing to work towards massive change.
Thank you, Melissa. For the last 17 years, I have worked in the media industry in New York City. I worked my way from MTV to the New York Times to most recently being the VP of Global Sales for a large luxury travel company. I always equated financial success with working hard in New York City for companies that shook the media world around, and I absolutely love what I do. When Rodan & Fields was first approached to me by Melissa, I was intrigued but uncertain. I didn't want to jeopardize this job that I worked so hard for, and with that, wasn't really looking to compromise my career or home life. I also had no clue what it meant to be an entrepreneur with Rodan & Fields. At the same time, similar to how you might be feeling, I did have this burning appetite for what I imagined I could do with Rodan & Fields, be the first to my network, and the idea of opening up new markets jolted me with excitement. I wanted to try something different, was up for the challenge, and in September of 2012, I aligned with Rodan & Fields. I showed up before I was ready, before I knew if I could fit it all in. And the only way I really knew how to figure it out was to start working my own business wherever I saw fit. I never knew how impactful my decision to start my own business with RNF would be until just recently. I have two little boys at home, a 5.5-year-old and a 3.5-year-old, and as they were growing every day, I was commuting into the city every day. They were evolving and I was staying the same. I was so torn and concerned that I was not going to be able to ever leave the corporate grind. I knew nothing would change if I didn't change. And like many of our consultants, I fit this business in and worked it around my full-time job and children, and every day was different. Promotions were accumulating, trips were happening, and my business exploded and my paycheck approached my corporate salary. What took me 17 years to get to an annual media salary, I was able to achieve in 2 years with Rodan & Fields. At that juncture, I resigned from my corporate job and started my own media company, which was something I was craving to do for years. I just never could make sense of it. I broke free from the 9-to-5 corporate grind, unchained myself from a boss, and moved my desk to a place that was closer to my kids. I now happily toggle between two companies, and I pick and choose what I want to work on and when. It's absolutely mind-blowing to be able to build a business of this magnitude in smart working hours that are on my terms. This is not a business opportunity that you come across every day. I stand firm that I've yet to see a company compete with the corporate salary. RNF not only has the formula for standout skincare, but as a formula for freedom, success on your own terms, to live a life filled with passion and purpose, choice, and ease. This is hands down the best career decision I have ever made, and I am proud to say I take part in a modern movement whereby I and so many others have rearranged how they go to work because of this monumental company.
Okay, so now you've heard our stories and you have a glimpse into a small snapshot of what we were able to accomplish. But the reason you took the time to listen to this call is because you're intrigued with our business and you want to know if this could be a good fit for you. So Stefany and I are going to break it down. You are likely asking yourself the following question. Where will you find the time? Everybody is so busy with their daily grind. Trust us, we get it. This business is designed to fit into your life how and where you want it to. We are entirely web-based, a community of social entrepreneurs. We do not carry any inventory, and the company essentially gives us everything we need to be successful. We have innovative products that are constantly evolving, advanced technology that allows us to run our business from the palm of our hands, a brilliantly creative marketing team that supply us with on-point images and video that portray us as a premium skincare empire, a highly skilled corporate team, and most importantly, ongoing training that teaches exactly how to run a successful business with Rodan & Fields. We are the fastest growing skincare company in the United States and have been for the past consecutive 5 years, named number 2 in premium skincare brands. And we are slated to be $1 billion brand with our sights set on the number 1 position in this prestigious premium category. The doctors have no plans to stop there, and their goal is to make Rodan & Fields a global billion-dollar brand. The potential for growth as we continue to expand globally is limitless, and we are truly just scratching the surface right now. We are in a word of mouth business. So essentially, what we do is we talk about this company and our award-winning products. You'll be trained with smart language that you can incorporate into your everyday conversations. We earn commission on the products we recommend, and then we have the ability to build a team and earn commission on any products that our teammates recommend. The exponential power of this business model lies in the ability to leverage your network, because not only do we earn commission on anyone who we introduce the business to, we're able to earn commission out 6 generations of business partners and their customers. So it's not really all about who you know. It's about who do the people in your networks know, and who do the people in their networks know, and so on. And now I just want to touch on this point a little deeper, since we're keeping this very simple and very real for you, because this is the part where the average person might not truly understand the potential of our distribution channel. And frankly, before entering this model myself, neither did I. See, the concept of leveraging your product's distribution can be applied to any successful company out there. So let's just take Starbucks as an example. Fantastic coffee, strong brand recognition. Now, let's picture Starbucks as a flagship store with the end goal of generating greater coffee sales. The only way you could sell more coffee from their store is not necessarily to hire more baristas, stock more inventory, offer promotions, expand your square footage in one store location, right? It would be to open up more locations, cast your net wider, which is exactly what they did. If you walk down the street of New York City, or probably anywhere in the country, there is a Starbucks on every corner with a line out the door pretty much every hour of the day. It's brilliant. They sell more coffee because they have more distributors. They span more geographical areas, and not because their one store produced more coffee. Which would you rather have if you were a business owner? One store that's cranking all day, selling 5,000 cups of coffee in one day, or 5,000 stores that maybe just sell 100 cups of coffee in a day, but with amazing customer service? That first scenario has you just selling 5,000 cups of coffee, whereas the second scenario has you selling 500,000 cups. And now we do the exact same thing, except we have very minimal overhead costs, unlike Starbucks or any traditional business model. And our Starbucks locations are equivalent to the business partners that we team up with and teach how to introduce these products to their network. And every single person that joins their micro franchise, within 6 degrees of them, you're able to earn commission on. It is not complicated. It is not illegal. It isn't anything short of brilliant. And the true beauty is that you don't have to have traditional working hours. You can work this business whenever, from wherever, and however you see fit during a time that's good for you.
All right, let's just attack some questions head on about our business, ones that could be standalone preventers from you even joining this business. Okay, so number 1, too many people do Rodan & Fields. I see it in my news feed, I hear about it, and that just signals to me that everyone I know is aware about Rodan & Fields. Is there even a business for me? Well, only 3% of premium skincare spending is on Rodan & Fields in the United States right now. That leaves 97% of untouched ground in our country. Saturation is a myth. So what you are seeing is overflowing amounts of posts on social media. Well, that is how one launches a product. Make a lot of noise, and we could be an industry disruptor. But Facebook posting is optional and easy, and it is not indicative of the size of that person's business. And most are not doing what it takes to build and grow a thriving business behind the scenes. We speak on behalf of so many of the individuals that took a leap of faith with this company, that we are eager to work with those that are looking to do that behind the scenes work, if you will, or behind the computer. If anything, due to the systems and the intrinsic rewards from corporate, individuals are hitting strides quicker with this company than ever before. Okay, number 2, don't want to start something that I won't be good at and I'm afraid of failing. The corporate team recognizes that you are new to network marketing, as do we. Getting started with this business is easy, and our team will show you how to move through directional information to help you launch and power up your business. It is not complicated. Also, some of you might have kids, or you're running to and from a meeting, you're never at a computer, and working this in seems incomprehensible. From pre-recorded training calls to events across the country to state-of-the-art apps on our phone and our iPad, you can operate your business when you see fit. The company is sophisticated and gives us an arsenal of marketing tools, personal websites, product FAQs, before and after pictures, and product specialist information to get you educated, organized, and taking steps at a pace that is suitable for you, so you cannot fail. Let us reassure you that you don't have to have it all together in your mind. You just have to have it at your fingertips. There is no reinventing the wheel in terms of creativity or output. You are just following the systems in place to be successful. Also, what business allows you to have someone, perhaps the person that invited you to this call, genuinely want to see you succeed? You are tapped into a unified organization where people are just waiting to help you. Number 3, are we making money? Well, let's say it has never felt so good to not have a ceiling. Our earning potential is limitless, and for a minimal investment, our business is designed to bring in revenue day one. Earning income from product sales and building out your team can lend to a monthly bottom line that is intended to increase month to month and year over year. Our company has had astronomical growth, and you are a branch of that growth. Lastly, I must pose this question to those that are listening. If you hung up this call right now, or you tapped out of your screen, and your good friend announced that she joined, would you feel pinched that she slipped right in front of you to your network? Our call couldn't be more timely, as we are about to enter a state where we behave like a billion-dollar brand. We encourage you to stand with us prior to our next product launch, to our next country launch. Be a focal point in your network. Be seen as a person who has made a change, who took a leap, did it afraid, and joined one of the most prestigious companies out there. Rather than overthink this call, take 5 minutes to envision what you could do with this business. Our best advice is to fly with the excitement if you have it.
Thank you all for taking the time to listen to our version of the Rodan and Fields experience. We truly love what we do. We feel very strongly that this is the smartest business decision we've ever made, and we're always enthusiastic to share it because we believe that when you have an opportunity of this magnitude, it's important to offer it to others, explain the details, and then let you decide if this is something you'd like to further explore. We are actively looking for intentional entrepreneurs who want to be part of this movement, our road to becoming the #1 premium skincare company, and to help us take Rodan and Fields into a global billion-dollar brand. This is a real value proposition with the potential to change the trajectory of your life, and that is what we have on the table today. And all of this starts with you. There's a reason you dialed into this call and a reason this company has been a thought in your head. You will never know what's possible if you sit back and surrender your opportunity to change. What you truly want and are capable of achieving is right on the other side of what if. What if you could hire yourself and work towards a life that comes as a benefit of having a career that you design? If you're excited and you feel like this is a good fit for you, please get back in contact with the person that invited you to this call, and we would like to be the first to welcome you to the team and congratulate you on making one of the best financial decisions of your life. Thank you, Steph, and thank you to everyone for dialing in.